espresso macchiato.
Ciao bella, I'm Tommaso, addicted to tobacco. Me like me coffee very importante. No time to talk, scusi. My days are very busy, and I just own this little ristorante. Life may give you lemons when dancing with the demons. No stresso, no stresso, no need to be depresso.
Mi amore, espresso macchiato, 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 por favore, por favore. Espresso macchiato corneo. Mi amore, espresso macchiato, 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 por favore, por favore. Espresso macchiato, espresso macchiato.
Me like to fly privati with 24 carati. Also mi casa very grandioso. Mi mani numeroso. I work around the clock. That's why I'm sweating like a mafioso. Life is like spaghetti. It's hard until you make it. No stress, no stress. It's gonna be espresso.
Mi amore, espresso macchiato, 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 por favore, por favore. Espresso macchiato, espresso macchiato.
And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. But at least we'll both be beautiful and stay forever young. This I know, this I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it, but I love it. And I know she'll be the death of me, at least we'll both be numb. And she'll always get the best of me, the worst is yet to come. All the misery was necessary when we're deep in love. Yes, I know, girl, I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never
voor de Ponies 1.30m. Nederlandse Nederland, Groot-Brittannië, België, Duitsland en Zweden. Parcours volgens het tabel van de ronde. De snelheid 350 meter per minuut. Links voor het parcours 440 meter en er is een tussenstandtijd van 76 seconden. Laatste minuut in het parcours 15 ronden. Speed op de bar, 216 meters voor binnen. Length op de bar, 440 meters. En de timeout is 26 seconds. Welcome to go 15 effort.
She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. We both know we can't go without it. She told me you'll never be alone.
volgende trio gaan we vaststarten met de meesters voor de Ponies 1.30m. En we beginnen dan met Ierland, gevolgd door Nederland, Groot-Brittannië, België, Duitsland en Zweden. Ja, 350 meter per minuut, de rest van het parcours 440 meter en er is een tussentijd van 46 seconden. 12 finalisten, 15 ronden. On behalf of the FEI, welcome to Zuidwolde for another exciting event of the FEI Gifted Nations Youth Season 2026. The FEI Gifted Nations Youth is a fundamental building blocked in our sport. This young administrates the importance of the teamwork and companionship around, allowing them to gain experience at international level. Over the course of the season, there is regular course here for 9 qualifiers. Following which the best teams prepared category will come together in Groningen from the 9th till 13th September to battle it out for the ultimate youth team rocket. The FEI Gifted Nations Youth Games offers unique opportunities for our young stars to present their nation, create unforgettable memories, final of a fire for future international participation and teaching. Thank you to the organizers, partners, volunteers, and officials for our young stars with
Well, a very good afternoon. Welcome to the Netherlands, to FEI TV, and of course here to the FEI Jumping Youth Nations Cup of 2026. Delighted to be back here for this second Nations Cup competition here of the day. There is, of course, 2 to come tomorrow as well. We've already seen Team Germany lifting the first prize in the children's. Who's going to take the ponies? Well, let's have a little look at the teams. We've got Ireland, we've got the Netherlands, we've got Great Britain, Belgium, Germany and Sweden all involved. 6 nations, 4 riders in each. And of course, it is 2 rounds of jumping. Ireland, under chef to keep, Dennis Flannelly will kick us off. They've been drawn first to go in this opening round. Robbie Sheenan will set things up in terms of the team performance as well then. So let's see how he gets on for the Irish. He's already helped Ireland to a win in Centaur, where he jumped 4 and clear. Now looking to try and get things underway, potentially with a clear. Of course, the Irish going all the way through to a jump off that day where he was also clear. He's proved to be a fabulous part, a reliable part of the Irish team in the pony lineup. Full of talent, of course, after his exploits in children. Coming now up the ranks and certainly trying to get this team off to the best possible beginning. Coming to the double, 9A, 9B. Time allowed is set at 76 seconds. I don't see that to be much of an issue. He now comes round to the water, comes off the corner, they loop back round, jumping towards us. And across to what is the final fence on this course. The grapes up and down, time is good. There we go. Brilliant start from Robbie Sheenan then as the Irish get underway with a clear. Brilliantly done. So the perfect start for them. Robbie showing yet again his tremendous reliability in team competition. There with Potjo van Grunheuvel. Now, onto the home team that added a little bit of pressure. But the home team did great in the children's. They battled their way up into second, kept the pressure on Germany all the way through to the very end. Now, it's Senna Beckers that will start things off. She was part of the Dutch team in Compiègne in France a few weeks back. Leads the line with a Comme Delicious Z, the mare by Comme Il Faut. Doing a great job at the moment if she swings back round now into this line that brings her down to the double. 6 strides A, B. 5 strides down to the plank at the end. And then again round to the water. This is going very well, isn't it? Really outstanding riding and wonderful pony. Lovely. Well, we've seen a few jump-offs in the ponies already this year, and every reason to think we could end up with one of those as well today, even though it's very early and perhaps I shouldn't predict that far ahead. Well, let's move on to the first of the British lineup. Tabby Morgan-Evans, of course, has got a tremendous championship pedigree with medals at children's level. Here now in the ponies with a Canella, the mare by Billy Congo. Tabby Morgan-Evans, the first of Claire Whitaker's lineup. Still to come in that team, there'll be Henry Leggett, there'll be Raphael Dawson, Sophia Rogers. They've brought out a very strong pony lineup, in all fairness, have the British team. It certainly looks to be the case anyway. Certainly a team that have got plenty of sort of pedigree at this level. Oh, now that's gone. In the middle of the combination, score of 4. It's difficult to see through the sort of pagoda in the middle. Is that what you call it? Pagoda? Pagoda. Stride to the water, though, comes towards the last on that score of 4 for Tabby. Up and down we go. And the British team underway as well. So the third of our nation starting, but the first to falter and finish with a score of 4 after the clears from Ireland and the Netherlands. 3 have gone and 3 to go in this opening rotation of riders for the Pony Nations Cup. One leaves, the next is ready. Off we go to Belgium. Elise Stiron, dance floor de Carouille. Jumped that clear in the opening round when she was part of the team in that home leg back at the start of this Nations Cup season, although she did come back and pick up a score of 8. So she'll be hoping at least to repeat the first round clear and hopefully improve in the second round. It's so hard in this sport. I said it before, can say it every day, that trying to deliver a double clear in any Nations Cup competition is remarkably difficult when you consider, like in this course, you know, that's to jump the double clear, that's 30 different jumping efforts over the 2 rounds. Oh, you've seen the fences fall. She's now on a total of 8. Those 2 clear rounds, perhaps belying just how tricky it is out there, and also demonstration of quality from the first out for Ireland and the Dutch. Finishing then on a total of 8 as they cross the line. This course is over and done quite quick, isn't it? Just under 70 seconds they're going around this track in. Certainly, consider again 15 jumping efforts coming at you very, very fast indeed. So Belgium, no, they begin with an 8. Of course, this is only the first rider to go. This is only the first round. There's a lot that can happen. As we look towards Germany in a moment. Not sure why the clock's running. Is that because we are counting up or counting down? We're counting down. The countdown is running, and this is Joanne Meneke riding Call Me Mentee. Now, this is one of the young horses. It's only an 8-year-old. I'm sure we'll be looking to develop with this round, put together a solid team performance with Joy. This mare by Call Me SP. Ooh, now they've certainly come to a sudden stop, and it's interesting actually because the wall, we saw it earlier today in the children's class, and it actually hasn't moved. It's still under the same tree, that Spruce Meadows wall. It didn't cause any problems for the children's class, but maybe that's where you just see a little bit of greenness coming into play with this younger pony coming round the corner. Undeniably, of course, it's quite early in the track this time round. It comes off that turn and sort of comes out of nowhere. A little bit of shadow, a little bit of shade there as well. Maybe you'll be a little bit happier coming round, jumping it for the second time now they know what's there. No, doesn't want to jump the wall. Sadly, that's a real shame for Team Germany because they lose their first partnership. Moving the pressure onto the 3 that are yet to come. So, bad luck there to Joy and to Call Me Mentee. There's always round 2 to bounce back. Well, we turn now to the final team in the draw in the first round of riders, Sweden. One of their reliable riders and combinations with the former medal winner, Sparkling Blackmore Joey, of course, a pony that was a medal winner for Ireland. Here with Lily Maelstrom, but this is a partnership that really have found their way now together. They jump 4 in each round, perhaps is the more reliably English way of saying it, in Compiègne. Actually a good start here. Get Sweden off and running. I mean, we've really got the 6 top pony nations with us here. It's a remarkably strong lineup. Gives us a real indicator, I would think, to the Pony Europeans later this summer. Well, picking up an early 4. Certainly didn't have any trouble with the wall, though. Coming down to this line down the long side. Drops fence 8, 6 strides down to the double. Need to watch you don't get pulled in. She did a good job now, sitting back, waiting for the plank on the 5. There we go, 2 to go, including the water. Well, time penalties coming into that as well, so we have a total of 9. So as it stands with one rider gone in each of the teams, it means that Ireland and the Netherlands, the Dutch team there, have both delivered a clear from their opening rider. Great Britain picked up a score of 4, Belgium 8, Sweden 9, and of course Germany with the elimination. Either way, of course all the teams could yet finish on 0 if their final riders put together clear rounds. It's too early to really know where we're going yet, but let's see what happens with the second of the Irish riders, as it's the turn now of Ella Rush trying to follow up that lovely clear round from Robbie Sheenan. Excellent recent Nations Cup form, having jumped the double clear in Compagnon, where Ireland went on to finish second. One of the key Irish combinations in the ponies here with Birchgrove Blue Delight. A really good round so far. Water not causing any trouble at all, sitting back waiting for that last, saw the stride and jumped it, and there you go. Ireland are almost there. They've got 2 out of the 2 so far. Clear round, well done Ella Rush, following up her performance in France with a brilliant clear round to start things off here in the Netherlands for the pony team. It is 2 out of 2 for Ireland. But can the home team deliver the same? They got the first part of it right with the clear from Senna Beckers. Now it's Lisa Brosson riding Cupcake, coming into the team for the first time this year today. Ooh, well, it's happened at the wall again. Come round and try again. That's better. Of course, the wall made all that more difficult by the fact there's no wings. So once you start to run off the front of it, you're going out to the side. It's quite difficult to recover. Well, there's the potentiality of time penalties coming their way as well. Of course, the Netherlands, though, still can stay on a 0 score thanks to that opening clear. Time penalties about to start. Lisa Brosson, and then with the 4 from the jumping penalties, but also the time on top to bring it up to a score of 15 as the second rider to go for the Netherlands. Discarded, yes, but of course it's quite a big discard to be holding. We'll see what happens. Next to go, Great Britain once more, although that looks more like Belgium. I think we'll pick up the right rider in a moment because we're looking for Henry Leggett. Where is Blossom's big claim? Where is she? There she is, over the far side, coming towards the opening fence. There we go. Of course, was on the team in France as well. Despite having a 4 penalty score, Henry in the first round bounced back with a beautiful clear in the second round, a real improvement. Through that combination here. Really pushing on, look at him in between the fences. I understand he doesn't want to run into the issue with the clock. He's got 10 seconds though, should be absolutely fine on the time. Jumps the last, clears that, and there we have it. Great Britain continue towards a 0 score alongside Ireland and the Netherlands. Henry Leggett delivering the clear just when they needed it. And that 4 penalty score remains as a discard with 2 gone and 2 to go in the British team. Next up, it is the team from Belgium who have started with a score of 8 coming from Elise Thiron and Dance Floor de Corroy. That's not maybe what they were hoping for. But now the turn. One of the newer names in the team. Maureen Barros here with Giuliano Dagan. Daniel Gelding by Console Delvey. Now this is all going in the right direction for Belgium, and it's going to keep them on a 0 score alongside the 3 teams we've already seen if this round continues as it started. Maureen Barros there and Giuliano Dagan deliver the clear. Well done to Belgium, and they as well keep themselves very much in play. Unlike the children's class earlier on today, where we started out with 13 teams and then whittled them down to 8 to go into the second round. Obviously, being that there are only 6 teams, providing they all complete the first round, therefore they all go into the second round. On we go to Germany, under a little bit of pressure because of that elimination from the first partnership. Now it is Benedict Raab with the experienced mare called Marie-Louise 3. But any score that comes the way of Germany, the 3 riders they have left, obviously would count automatically. Well, Benedict's doing a great job. Getting a little bit wide, in fact, though, straightened up nicely, using the space that's available to them as they come to the last. They clear that, and Germany very much back on track with that round. It's a clear round. Seen a few of them now. That's, I think, the 6th clear so far out of the 10 that have jumped. Well, on we go to the second rider up for Sweden, Sinna Erdogan, riding Pat's Choice. Delivered the clear round in the second round of the competition in France as well. That's the thing, the combinations involved today more than capable of delivering a clear. Sweden desperately trying to keep the 9 penalty discard away. Bizarrely, it's not going to be. I was about to perhaps be silly enough to say, of course, if they jump clear, it would mean all 6 teams could yet still finish on a 0 score. But Sweden are the first to give up that possibility by now, well, in fact, moving on to a score of 8. They are the first to falter in that respect. There's plenty who could yet be in that position, but it is certainly now a best outcome of 8 for Sweden after 2 of the 4 have jumped. The only team with a double clear or 2 riders clear so far is the team from Ireland, and that's exactly where we're going to look to now, because we go back to the beginning and to the 3rd rider from each of the teams, and it's going to be Sarasi O'Neill, who is next to go, looking to follow on the back of the 2 clear rounds from Robbie Sheenan and Ella Rush. But of course, they've still got Cathal as the last in. They just need one of the 2 of them to go clear to lock down that 0 score in round 1. Oh, it's the middle of the combination. Just ended up a little bit too far forward. Ireland are still going to be a very strong force today, whatever happens, because they still have the chance to finish on the 0 score. At worst, they'll end up in round 1 on a score of 4. For the moment, they can discard that 4 penalty score from Barra Valley Glory for the moment. We will see. Sarasi O'Neill there, 4 it is. Now, onwards to the Netherlands. Of course, slightly awkwardly, has quite a large discard score from Lisa and Cupcake of 15. So if they pick up any penalties with either of the 2 that are still to jump, they won't want there to be many of them, because they'll start counting quite quickly. This is Jezebel Visa now, who is the 3rd rider for the Dutch. Produced a 2nd round clear in Compiègne, used to dealing with the pressure. Well done, Jezebel. And the home crowd roar as Kenneth Van Orkrids delivers the clear round, keeps the Dutch very much on track. So great news for them. It was always going to be a close battle today, and it's certainly lining itself up to be the case. As we move on to rider number 3 for Great Britain. Another that we saw on the team in France, it's Raphael Dawson riding MHS Glow. Of course, the British team, who've had a 4 and a clear so far, still in a position to get home on a 0 score if all goes to plan here. Doing a superb job, keeping very relaxed. Just one more fence left to go, and this will be a clear round, and the second of them coming towards the British lineup score today, and that putting them in a great place, because actually it means in terms of rounds and scores they're actually level with Ireland. Just like Ireland and the Netherlands, Great Britain have managed though to put up 2 clears, could still finish on a 0 score. But of course Great Britain and Ireland with the advantage of knowing that the worst outcome for them would be a total of 4. The Netherlands with that slightly bigger discard. Belgium, who have discarded an 8 for the moment, but have got their clear from their second partnership. Now with Inge Bodden riding Cappuccino Van Pamel Z. Now, if it's correct what I've written, what I've got down here, there's only a 7-year-old pony by Casal. Certainly one that's going to be for the future. 2019, I'm pretty sure that makes them 7. Well, again, I think that's where we saw it happen a little earlier on. That wall comes as a bit of a surprise round the corner, a little bit of shadow on it. There's a lot to look at. It's the sort of fence that you just want a little bit of experience before you can really jump at it or come at it confidently, so that's such a shame. For the partnership there for Belgium, the opportunity for the young horse, but sadly a opportunity that comes to a stop at fence 3. So Belgium now slide on to a total of 8. And of course we know that that is also at the moment the best total that Sweden could end up on. So we lose the third rider from Belgium. They've still got Robin Vermeer and the beautiful Crystal Sparkle to come, so they've certainly got a top-class combination to try and round things out. Either way, we turn now to Germany, who are looking to keep themselves in this competition at the top. Because despite having their first rider eliminated, their second rider came in and delivered a clear to keep things moving towards a 0 score. Now is Luna Hagdrun. She rides Balthazar de Bordes. Pretty tough outing in Centaur from memory, but a chance today to rebuild from that and to put that behind them, out of the mind, and now look to try to really build a successful story here in the Netherlands for Team Germany. Nicely done. What a way to bounce back after a difficult first leg of the year to show the quality and exactly why they're in the team and they can deliver when needed. And certainly today was a day they needed to produce their best. They have done. Luna Hadron Balthazar goes clear and Germany staying on course for a 0 score. Next up is Sweden, last of this third rotation. Hannah Bloomberg riding Blakeney's Jimmy Cash. Of course, Sweden on 8 as a best outcome with a 9 discarded. Certainly going to be an important sort of part now to see if we can keep Sweden within a couple of fences of the lead, and also, of course, equal with Belgium. Doesn't want to jump the wall, and that is not what they needed either. 1, 2 and out. And that wall has become a real feature in today's competition, causing problems, what, for 3 of them now. So Sweden have to count the 9. They move on to a total of 17 after 3 riders have gone. Well, we've now seen 3 from each team. We know still of the 6 teams that started, there are 4 of them, if their final riders go clear, that could finish on a 0 score. That includes Ireland, but only 2 of those 4 have only got 4 as a discard. The others, 1 1:15 and the other with an elimination. But this is Cathal Macondavani riding Nukio. Now he's on a score of 4. Must have been from the combination, and that makes 8. So they're going to have to count the 4 from Sadissi Neal. This will become a discard score. Ireland are therefore on 4 after round 1. Which means the Netherlands, Great Britain and Germany have got a chance to perhaps get some level of an advantage over the Irish in this first round. But either way, Ireland are not going to be far off. Still another round to go, but that was a total of 8 with Nukio there for Cathal. Well, the home team go next, looking then for their opportunity to secure a clear round score. Minivos next up, of course, plenty of experience here, including the Pony Europeans last year, although different pony this time round. She's played such a role for the youth teams. This still got me. To remind you, though, the Netherlands have a discard of 15. Well, this is going very, very well now. The Netherlands know they're 2 fences away from at least sharing the lead going into the second round. Just the one left to jump for Mini Voss. Still got me. Does indeed clear the last, and that locks in a 0 score in round 1 for the Netherlands here at home. Great news for them and for those watching on around. Well, big moment now for the British team. Similar position. As we know, they are a team that could also now finish tied with the Netherlands on a 0 score if this combination can go clear. Or, of course, if they have a fence, it'll mean they finish on 4. That, of course, though, would tie them in second with Ireland. Sophia Rogers, Neil 55, the real superstar pony at such a championship combination. Of course, 4th individually in the Europeans, these two last year. Without doubt, one of the headline partnerships. Sophia, who's been a tremendous asset to the youth teams through children medals and beyond. She's also picked up a score of 4 though, so that does mean the British team, like Ireland, have let the Netherlands get ahead. Crosses the line on that 4 penalty score. So for the moment the team are tied with Ireland on 4 penalties after round 1, and the Netherlands, we know, are the leaders. Well, that was Sophia Rogers riding Neil 55. Next to go, Belgium. The very, very experienced Robin Vermeer, Crystal Sparkle van Bergeveld. This is a combination that certainly know their way around these arenas. Of course, that top 6 finish individually at the Europeans as well last year has been a great asset. But the team have had an elimination, so of course any score counts. Robin on a score of 4. It's going to count. That front rail coming off at fence 4. And that pushes the team onto a total of 12. Coming home on the 4 for Robin. Crystal Sparkle. 4 to the finish as they go over the line. And it is confirmed as a 12 penalty score at the end of round 1 for Team Belgium. 2 more to go. 2 more teams, 2 more riders. And of course, next up is Germany. Can the German team, despite having their first rider eliminated, fight their way back into a position where they tie for the lead going into the second round? It would be a beautiful story if it happens. For that to be the case, they need a clear. Since the elimination of their first rider, the team have known that all scores there forward go and count. But well done, Benedict and Luna, because they've both gone clear. So to the anchor combination here for Team Germany with my Lord Manolito. This is Josephine Maria Frunberger. Trying to deliver the perfect end to round 1 for Team Germany. Edging ever closer. Oh, no! What's happened there? Didn't get the right stride at all. Suddenly the brakes get applied, and that is a very costly moment for Team Germany when it was all going to plan for this combination up till that moment. 4 penalties, the score, but it'll be 6 seconds added in, and then the time penalties certainly are likely to sort of clock up as well. It means that only the Netherlands will go into the second round still able to finish on 0. Keeping it to 4 at the moment. But where do the time penalties come in? They come now. To be fair, she's done a great job not to get too many of them, but it's still a score of 9, and it's a 9 that will have to count, which means they go into 4th place at this stage. They stay, though, ahead of Belgium, who have that score of 12. They will also definitely finish ahead of Sweden as well. Well, Sweden go next, the last to go in round 1 of the FEI Jumping Pony Youth Nations Cup. Here with Selma Augustin-Thielen, who rides Barra Valley Shadow. Second outing of the year for these two. Sweden's third rider got eliminated, so again it's put the final combination here in a position where their score is certainly going to get used either way. I'll tell you what, at the moment she's going for the clear, and it's going very well. Nicely done. That's a great finish for Sweden. Well done, Selma Augustin-Thielen. Clear round. So, Sweden finish on a total of 17 and sit in 6th place at the end of the opening round of jumping for the Nations Cup here for the Ponies. Then on 12 it is Belgium, who sit in 5th. In 4th place it is Germany on a score of 9. In equal second, both Ireland and Great Britain are leading the way. The only team on a 0 score, which of course is the home team here for the Netherlands. Another round to go, but the individuals will come next. So about an hour and we start round 2.
He allegedly fell for me through an open window, cracked his chest open to reveal his heart. Still skeptic of my intentions, he made me swear that I would always be there. I will always be here. Oh, I'm in love again, and you may call me tomorrow, my friends. You may kiss me again and again. I have hold on tight. I climbed upon his shoulders and laughed until I cried. The view and I collide, to see through his eyes. We never looked so pretty, never seemed so real. I let go of myself now and tell him how I feel.
Hier is de combinaties gehad, 6 landen, 6 stations. En dit station gaat door vlak naar die tweede ronde. The second round that we will start with Sweden. Then Belgium, Germany at first, The fourth will start Ireland, the fifth Great Britain, and at last, with number 6, the Netherlands. So Sweden, Belgium, Germany, Ireland, Great Britain, the Netherlands.
So I let go of myself now and tell him how I feel. 'Cause I'm in love again. And you may call me tomorrow, my friend. Yes, you may kiss me again and again. I'll hold on tight. I'm in love again. And you may call me tomorrow, my friend. Yes, you again.
I remember rolling down your street one day when I was lost. Ever since I kept on taking it in case our paths would cross. Threw a rock about your window just to hear you say hello. I broke the glass and ran so fast, your daddy still don't know. I'll bring you flowers to your doorstep on the daily. You made me go crazy, learning Justin Bieber songs on ukulele. Damn, babe.
Juryprijs. De victor voor de Ponies 1.30m en daarin straks 21 combinaties. Wie zijn de jury? Wie zijn jury naar prachtige handskate hieruit? Er zijn het tempo, niet vrouwelijke sterk, het materiaal die gebruikt worden zijn 14 karaat goud, 950 25 sterren zilver, gekombineerd met eerstheden, een mooie pilotie. Wie zijn jury? Zijn het zijn voor iedere outfit. Die zijn de juryprijs, de Ponies 1.30m, en die will start with for
Up that time you caught me on a lie. 100,000 roses later, I wrote this song about you. Didn't care about the charts. All I wanted was for you to keep it in your heart. I'll bring you flowers to your doorstep on the daily. You made me go crazy. I don't care about
destijds Pionierprijs, de Victor voor de aantal meter, 21 combinaties in deze rubriek. En die gaat over de wedstrijd wat direct op het tijd is. De Victor de Industrie. Toetsvrijheid 76 seconden, de timeout 76 seconds. De tweede ronde voor de Nations Cup de Ponies. Daarmee gaan wij om 5 uur aan gaan nemen. At 5 o'clock, de second round voor de Nations Cup de Ponies. En in die tweede, volgt door België, dan Duitsland, Ierland, Groot-Brittannië en dan als laatste Nederland. Starting order, second round, de Nations Cup de Ponies. As the first is the second round, the first will be Sweden, the second Belgium, the third Germany, the fourth Ireland, and the fifth the Great Britain, and then number 6 in the second round, the Netherlands. Overleg nog dit aan van start met de eerste combinatie in de ingevoerde onderste Victor 2. Dit zijn positie verwacht we de eerste combinatie kunnen verwelkomen. zijn Stewie Thijs, ik door de Ponies in de team. De eerste combinatie uit Ierland, Georgia de Bromhead en Shamrock de Pigeons. De first competitor, representing Ireland. Hier strafpunten 68-29 voor penalty points, 68.29 results. Georgia de Bromhead representing Ireland. België nu met Ashley Johannes en going for goal. Number 2. Strafpunten 73-64, 12 penalty points, 73 points and 30 points. Checker. Ashley Johannes going for goal. Zwitserland nu Jordan de Schermans en Marco van het Holland op. Dat is de Victoria. De was de Tirolmans lijken op de wedstrijd voor Jordan Schermans en Marco van het Holland op. De second division eliminated. Hij voeren de Amsterdamse Ring met Champion CIT vanuit de Commonwealth. Tweede horserijd dit ook afsluiting voor meesterboeren met Fiancy Active. De vijfde combinatie nu uit Groot-Brittannië, Luciano Caroline en Holly Blue. Hier socket Lucia Nicole Caroline, Holly Blue, 4 penalty points, 70 points, 70 seconds. Eerste bij combinatie schat. Totaal 21 combinaties in deze rubriek. Op de B-side jewelry prijs. Zwitserland 10 met Benjamin Nagel en Elektra met Alfredo. Achter trofee 73, 33 honderdste seconde, 1 penalty, 63 points, 23 seconds. Benjamin met aanval Elektra. Tweede 3 met Silva Benjamin en O'Brien 1. Deze combinatie de B-side jewelry prijs. 12 strafpunten in het parcours blijven wij voor de tijd. 17 totaal, 88 102 seconden. Together for Sebastian Wilson and O'Brien, one in total 70 points. Mariana Knoosten, de volgende combinatie met our Rainbow. De achtste combinatie om de T-Tank Security Prijs. Aan de leiding gaat Georgia de Bomheid met de 4 strafpunten 68 29. Achter strafpunten 68, 83, 100ste, 8 penalties, 68 points, 83 seconds. Result, Mariana Koster and Rainbow. En dat zat nu Dianne Bierbaal met Iron Star en yes, voor de hekste Valou Star. Zestien strafpunten 69, 67, 60 ball, 69 points, 77. Rianne Bierbaal en Iron Star aan je. Tira Benibonat, Roderick Tonini met de defense, die van de ballonina, die naar buiten. Ja, dat is de grandloze combinatie. Well done, clear with 68.60. En dan weer aanbreiding in de retaal. 66.60, 68.60. En dan weer aanbreiding. 68, 600 seconden. En dan met Sophia Amelia Drop. Dat is de Monaco. En Jos de derde. Vanuit de Focus Product. Ja, en op dit voorlaatste valt wel naar het tekst. Dus is het toch 4200 seconden. Het gaat voor Sophia Amelia Drop. En William en Leon 66.42. En dan weer aanbreiding in de retaal. Hier voor die zijn nu 66.42. Melody on in mijn uitzending de volgende combinatie. En ik ben van de AD 6 van het 6 euro maal Fokker. Gaan we nog weer aan het strafpuntje in de tijd van 67 rond. Dit is wel voor de board, 67.0. Melody on in Kutsaya. In de 6, we hadden met Ierland, terwijl met Chantal Whitehead en Aloxa. En het is John Holly. Number 13. Dus die zijn heel graag. vier slagpunten, 67 seconden de tijd voor penalty 60.16. Chantal Whitehead en Alonso. Allemaal die break, help, het derde maandje weer. Met goodbye die van de gewenste wedstrijd. De defense jewelry prijs. Sophia Aurenia drops in the lead. The time to beat 66.42. Hier slagpunten in 63-43 voor Hans 69.43. Dus Amelie Burns goodbye to Rocket. Professionally met Cora Dory, de volgende combinatie. En die verschil nummer 15. Die zijn de jewelry prijs. Dit is voor Ponies. De leiding, de lead van jou en ja, ja. Dat is nou, ja, ja. Barbals, 69, 63, 269, 63. It's the third place scorecard. Tweede plaats op dit moment voor Bora Joey. Joost de Vallenberg uit de Dutch-Sophie en Bella Bella vanuit de Baloo Stars. Number 16. 68, 64, 59 seconden. En verder voor 64 between Joost van der Bella Donna. Tweede met Esmeralda Lipsen Airlines die staat 6 vanuit Air Jordan. De 17 combinatie op de distance de prijs. Maria Arena George de Tour. Hier vanaf de 72 met de top performer 72.826 result Esmeralda Lipsen Airlines. Nederland zal worden nu door een brandgeboor met Van Vijf Good Star. Nummer 18. Hier is nog de 63, 32 seconden. Soleil Braanspoor met Engeland en Spanje. Volgende het voor 63.32 seconden. 3 combinaties stap te gaan. Hoe is de bouw? En de prijsgiving ceremony. Just in the bell at Belgium met de kunstje vanuit de Dijk. volgen onze volgende formatie, de voorlaatste transfer. En dat is de number 20.
She's all you'd ever want. She's the kind I'd like to flaunt and take to dinner. But she always knows her place. She's got style, she's got grace. She's a winner. She's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady. Talking about that little lady. And the lady is mine. But she's never in the way, always something nice to say. What a blessing. I can leave her on her own, knowing she's okay alone and there's no messing. She's a lady. Oh, 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 she's a lady. Talking about that little lady. And the lady is mine. She never asks very much, and I don't refuse her. Always treat her with respect. I never would abuse her. What she's got is hard to find, and I don't want to lose her. Help me build a mountain from a little pot of clay. But she knows what I'm about. She can take what I dish out, and that's not easy.
68,68,75, 1 penalties, dus 68 FIFA. Het uiteraard representing Sweden. Laatste formatie nu van Nederland, de Europese winst met kapitein EBH 6. Representing Sweden. Bouwbal zit op 89 honderdste seconde de tijd en daardoor naar de vierde plaats. De voortlees, dit was de kabinet EBH6. En die wordt uitslag bekend, gewonnen door Cynthia George. En de Belgiërs derde 66 points voor de gelijke tempoplaats winnen voor de derde. De liefheids willen niet krijgen. Die zijn willen maakt prachtige handtekeningen. Ze zijn tijdloos, hip, vrouwelijk en sterk. De materialen die gebruikt worden zijn 14 karaat goud, 925 sterling zilver, gecombineerd met edelstenen en de mooie EGT Street. Die zijn jewelry is wedstrijd voor iedere outfit. Terwijl het succesvol geplaatste de Victoria Ponies 1.30m met voorop Sophia Aurelia Jong. Juryprijs. We zitten 6 hoogste plaatsen. De volgende is optreden voor u. De winnende combinatie uit Monaco. Uw applaus voor Sophia Aurelia George. George namens Designs Jury in ons tweede brengt felicitaties over aan de winnende combinatie uit Monaco. Sophia Aurelia George en Berlioz derde. 66.422. Namens de internationale jury Warmte is Julia Keppel. En namens de organisatie Ingrid Snijder. Een mooie stapplaat van de dame Celestio Dubbel. De tweede plaats voor Canada, Maria in 64 68.60. De derde plaats de British Roxana Zoe. De tijd van 69,63. En op de vierde plaats de copycat Indiaanse Witbos 70,89. De vijfde plaats van Zonheid Braafboer, Wageland met de vijf, hier slagpunten 63,22. En op plaats nummer 6, Georgia Bromet, Shamrock met de kind, 68,29 en 4 strafpunten. Gewonnen door Sophia Aurelia George uit Monaco met een snelheid van 66,42. De Designs Juryprijs. En dat Joyce ingestuurd was, de witstaat is overgebracht namens Designs. En dan zien we dat de prijs eruit gereikt. Felicitaties van deze kant. Sophia, up to you, the lap of honor. Voor de ontstelting in de meeste stukken voor de ponies. En daarmee gaan we om 5 uur aan van mee. Met 5 o'clock, the second round, nations the ponies. And then the first rider is from Sweden, then Belgium, Germany, Ireland, Great Britain, and then last in the second round, the Netherlands. de 5 dames en heren, dan zal deze de IGA-prijs voor dit sinds de Ponies. We zien de Rusland weer terug in de tweede ronde. Terwijl 24 combinaties, 4 combinaties per land. En toch beginnen we met Zweden. Als de tweede België, dan Duitsland. Als de vierde Ierland, het vijfde Groot-Brittannië en dan als laatste als zesde mag van Nederland van start. The starting order, we start with Sweden, Belgium, Germany, the fourth is Ireland, the fifth is Great Britain, and the sixth is the Netherlands. Today's is not for today, vanuit de eerste ronde naar de tweede ronde. De tijd is aan to the second round. Toegezane tijd 6 in deze repeat 26 seconds voor de time allowed. 12 obstacles, 15 and 12.
Wat als ik nu eens overnieuw begin? Het gaat voortdurend door haar hoofd. Of wordt het vuur langzaam gedoofd? Zou het dan gelopen zijn? Nu de keuze had. De muziek brengt haar weer terug naar toen. Ze zou het nu zo graag anders doen. Want als ze danst, voelt alles anders op elk moment waar ze wil zijn. Want als ze danst, voelt alles anders. En wat ze voelt, gaat niet voorbij. De hele wereld nog gaan zien, wordt altijd onbereikbaar. Over alle grenzen heen, haar diepste dromen achterna. Want als ze danst, voelt alles anders. En wat ze voelt, gaat niet voorbij. Als ze danst, voelt alles anders op elk moment waar ze wil zijn. Want als ze danst, voelt alles anders. En wat ze voelt, gaat niet voorbij. De hele wereld nog gaan zien, wordt altijd onbereikbaar. Over alle grenzen heen, haar diepste dromen achterna. Want als ze danst, voelt alles anders. En wat ze voelt, gaat niet voorbij.
Hier is de combinatie gedaan met 6 landen in opstand in de Blue System. Ze nemen de strafpunten van de eerste ronde mee naar de tweede ronde op de IGA-prijs.
Welcome back or welcome along. Either way, this is the exciting time to join us because we're moving into the second round of the ponies here for the FEI Jumping Youth Nations Cup. Welcome to the Netherlands, to Zuidwolde, to 2026's next stop. And the Pony Nations Cup is certainly poised and looking very close. We have the 6 teams coming back, having already completed one round of jumping. We have Sweden who will go first. They start on a score of 17. Then it will be Belgium on a score of 12. Germany on 9. Ireland and Great Britain on 4. And the leaders are the home nation, as things stand at least, on a 0 score. So it's definitely an advantage to them at the moment. Right, I think we are relatively good to get things underway with the first combination in to the second round, being the starters yet again for this team from Sweden. This is then Lily Mellström riding Sparkling Lackmore Joey. Ended up on a score of 9 in the first round. Now coming down to the double, the 6 strides in and out. This is a pony with plenty of experience and a rider who's really developed a great partnership. It was a little out of character to pick up that 9 in round 1. Sweden knowing that they've got to rely perhaps on the problems of others, but to do that they need to deliver themselves, and that is what Lily has done from the off to jump the clear. Huge improvement round on round from a 9 to a clear, so she'll be delighted. Sparkling Lackmore Joey delivers with Lily Mellström. Well, we move on. This is the turn of Belgium, a combination that started with that 8 penalty score in the opening round. Ellie Tiron riding Dance Floor de Corrie. Total for the team is 12, so 3 away from the lead. Good set of rounds could easily still push a team like Belgium back up towards the podium here this afternoon. This is the second of the Nations Cup here so far, having seen Germany win in the children a little earlier on. Tomorrow we will see the juniors and the young riders. This is going well, this is good. Nicely done, Elsie. So she has produced a clear round, and that really helps Belgium if they are going to try and push up towards the podium. Great news from their perspective. Now from Belgium to the German team, Joyan Miniki riding here with Call Me Menti. Now this is quite a young horse, as I mentioned in the first round. 8-year-old. The first fence down, unfortunately. But this is a partnership. Unfortunately, I was about to say that we're eliminated in the first round, but look to be going so much better in this round. But unfortunately, they suddenly grind to a halt, coming down to the double. just to keep breathing, stay relaxed, coming into the shadow, of course, but I don't think that makes a massive difference either way. The last part of the double goes as well to add to the score. There is some time involved as well. 76 is the time allowed. So Germany, though, at least they, you know, okay, it's not the score they need, but it's better than the elimination. At least allows them to have a score in play. But one again, they probably won't want to have to use. We'll see what happens with the remaining 3 riders. The early stages here of the Nations Cup second round. On we go to Robbie Sheenan. First of the riders we see that delivered a clear in the opening round. Of course, the opportunity open for a double clear. Ireland, who sit with Great Britain on a score of 4, just 1 behind the lead. I'm sure we'll be hoping to keep themselves very much in contention for the top spot here today. This is Portio van Grunheuvel, the young Irish star. He's doing such a phenomenal job in that pathfinder position, really allowing the Irish team the opportunity to settle into whatever comes next. Having that reliability from your opening combination must mean a huge amount to Dennis Falloney, the rest of the team. The perfect performance today from Robbie and Portier as he delivers the double clear and keeps Ireland moving forward. He can do no more. So great news for Ireland in this battle for certainly a top 3, but I still maintain I can see somehow this turning into a jump off before we're done. Great Britain go next. Tabby Morgan-Evans already over the first in the background there. A team that come forward in this round on a total of 4. This combination in fact picked up 4 in that first round. Quinella, plenty of experience. She's used to pressure rounds. She's jumped at championships. She knows how to handle those moments. But every course is different. And it's gone. She didn't look to do anything wrong, to be fair to her or the pony. Just one of those moments where you get caught out. Clip the rail, coming out of the double. Coming home on a score of 4 again. And keeps it to the 4. So Tabby Morgan-Evans starting as she did in that round 1. It'll come down to what happens with the riders that follow, of course. So one more team we are still to see as the British team move away. It's in for the Netherlands now. The home team who lead with this clear round 0 score. And it'll be Comme Delicious Z, Sennebeck as one of the 3 clear rounds from that opening round of jumping that goes first. Try to keep the Dutch, who know ultimately they've got it in their control at the start of this round. You're still looking for 3 clears to keep it in control, and that means, what, 45 fences have got to be jumped without fault between 3 of the riders out of the 4 of them to ensure that you keep it in your own hands and don't open up the risk of a jump-off situation or dropping further down. Isn't that interesting how suddenly it proves yet again the difficulties of jumping a double clear in a Nations Cup. 30 fences without fault is quite a challenge, and only one has done it so far. It hasn't gone that way for Senebeka's, just a tiny little error, and then suddenly 4 it is as a final score. Well, 3 of them go clear, 3 of them falter. But now we move into the second riders. This is where things could begin to potentially change. But it's certainly with every round, with every fence, the pressure's going to build and build. Sweden now trying to just stick to the 17 they started on. They've done a brilliant job because Lily Malmström has delivered that clear as the first to go. Now it's the turn of Sina Ergen riding Pat's Choice, who scored 8 in round 1. Again, it's that plank at the end of the line. Second rider in a row to have it down this time. Sine. 8 it is. Yet again, they finish with 2 fences falling and 8 as a score. Certainly a team that's got the talent, just hasn't had the right luck level today, perhaps. But for the moment, Sweden, no, thanks to the clear from Lily Malmström, they can, at least for the time being, stick to that score of 17. Now to Belgium, who have started brilliantly with a clear from Elise Thirion. Now they turn to Maureen Boris, who was the one clear round in round number 1. Eliano Dagan delivering that clear, the 10-year-old gelding. Certainly the high moment in Belgium's first round, and of course a clear round here. Still maintain Belgium, you know, if they can stick to the 12, it's the sort of result that could yet push you up to the podium. It's such a confident partnership. You can see how much they're both enjoying themselves out there. The water obviously has the pole over it in the second round. Up and down, double clear round, the second of those, and Maureen Boris making a really big mark for Belgium here. Of course, with the European Championships just, 2 months away for the ponies. Certainly the right sort of time to show your class, and that they have done without any trouble at all. Belgium still heading towards a 12 penalty score, and the second of the double clears we've seen so far. Next to go, it is Germany. One of their 2 clear rounds from round 1 was Benedikt Raab. It'll be interesting to see if they can continue with that level of form, because if they do, Germany obviously again on a score of 9 already with that 3 penalty advantage over Belgium, but no, and there's the swing. You see, that's what was always likely to start to happen at some point. Not necessarily just for Germany, but for others as well. There's always these ups and downs, but that means Germany now have gone behind Belgium because they're now on a score of 13. In fact, that's got even higher with the 8 penalties. Going to have to add to the maths. Now they're on a score of 17, which is actually the same as Sweden. In fact, they've now fallen behind Sweden. Look at the, I mean, just so quick for things to adjust. Part of the problem being, of course, that big 15 penalty discard, so anything up to a 15 is counting. So 12 it is, and 12 it adds on to the 9 that they already had. So in the end, obviously on a score for the moment at least of 21, so they drop down into 6th place behind both Belgium and Sweden. Now Ireland, who have started strongly, certainly look best placed to put the pressure on the 2 teams in front of them. With that double clear from Robbie Sheenan. Now it's the turn of Ella Rush, also looking for the double clear. She produced such an amazing performance for Ireland when she was on the team in France with the double clear that day. Helped the team to 2nd place. Now trying to push them up into 1st place maybe here with Birch Grove Blue Delight. She's at the fence you can't see, which is the one at the back there, so on 4 at the moment. Constant ebb and flow of the scores in the Nations Cups. Make them so hard to predict. Over the final fence it is. For the moment it doesn't change things drastically. Ireland can still finish on 4, but they now hold a discard. Obviously the 2 riders still to come are the 2 riders that picked up penalties in round 1. Well, from Ireland to Great Britain. In the background, there they are, just heading over towards the top right of your screen, heading to that first fence. Up and over they go. Henry Leggett and Blossom's Big Claim. It's one of the 2 clear rounds for Great Britain in round 1. In the French leg, he jumped 4 and clear. He knows how to deliver a 2nd round of jumping. And of course, with a 4 penalty score already on the board, the British team will know that a clear round here will keep them pushing for the top spot rather than falling away by a fence. He rides it very forward, isn't he? Really always on that nice attacking stride. He's got the ability to rebalance when he needs to, but Blossom's Big Claim has done it. Double clear. That is what the British team and Claire Whitaker, their chef de keep, will have hoped for, and that is exactly what Henry Leggett has just delivered with a classy round to make it our 3rd double clear of the competition so far. And great news for the British team as they are still able to finish on a score of 4. Well, next up, it is for the Netherlands, a team, of course, now with a 4 penalty score that they're holding from their first rider. So if they're to remain clear of Ireland and Great Britain, they have to get a clear from these 2. And it's Cupcake and Lisa Morrison, who unfortunately picked up 15 in the opening round and was the discard score. So they'll be hoping for a bit of a recovery round this time. She was doing what she could. She held all the way down to the plank. And that 4 does indeed level the standings. But what an improvement round on round to get back this time for just a score of 4. Lisa Morrison then and Cupcake. So with 2 gone from each of the 6 teams, the scores are as so. The Netherlands, Great Britain and Ireland all tied on a score of 4. Belgium on 12, Sweden on 17 and Germany on 21. Also interesting that those 3 teams that are tied on 4 at the top are all, well, they all have the same discard at the moment, a score of 4. So here we go with Sweden and the Blomberg, rider number 3 with Blakeney's Jimmy Cash. 9-year-old Gelding coming back towards the wall, getting himself a nice run up to that, but suddenly coming to a stop. I'm pretty sure it was these 2 that had problems here in the first round. Nicely done in the second round, gets over it. Of course, it perhaps now brings that score of, well, it definitely does now because it's the second elimination in a row for Hannah. Unfortunately, which means they have to count the 8 from their previous partnership. Team total now a best outcome of 25. So they, well, for the moment, they move behind Germany and drop into 6th place. Well, the next to go in Caboden's graphic, you can see she's just coming round towards the start, will be Belgium. There in the background. Now, this partnership were, I think, another that struggled at the wall. Cappuccino, Van Pamel, Z. But Belgium has started so well. If these 2 were to deliver a clear round, they wouldn't need their final rider. Well, didn't have an issue at the wall this time, went big and brave. The round continues. As I say, Belgium know they're on a 12 penalty score. Whether they can keep it there, we will see. All got deep, still got over. Oh dear, getting to the double somehow. They got in and they got out, and to be fair, there was a nice little bit of riding and they worked really well together. Plenty of heart shown as they, yes, pick up a score of 8, but showing plenty of commitment to continue for both of them. Making sure she got to the finish line this time on a total of 8. Good riding, good effort there from Incoboden, Cappuccino, Van Pamel, Z. Team still can yet finish on a total of 12, but we'll see what happens with Robin Vermeer, the final member for Belgium's team. Well, Germany not having the easiest day. They were sort of hanging on in there at the end of the first round, but have really slid in the second round. Now currently trying to defend a score of 21 with a discard of 15. It's another of their riders that went clear in round 1. Luna Harsdorn gets over the first here with Balthazar de Bordes. It's going well at the moment. I should also just go back to the round we just saw from Belgium, because I just picked up again the fact that, of course, that Cappuccino Van Pamel Z recovered to jump for 8. He's only 7 years of age, but we've got splashdown, unfortunately, at the water for Luna and Balthazar. Oh dear, it really hasn't come off for Germany in this second round. It's all gone against them. Most importantly, Rider and Pony look to be absolutely fine, if not a little on the damp side. And the combination that jumped a lovely clear in the first round sadly come to a grinding halt at the water in the second round. And of course, that's really added significantly to the German team score, because it'll flip them up to a total of 36, as you can see, with one rider still to go. Well, the next round will be for Ireland. Out there in the green coat is Cersei O'Neill. Jumped for 4 penalties in round 1 with Balavali Glory. The 9-year-old mare. Just been held while our previous partnership walk out the arena. She's just keeping everything nice and calm with her mare. So Ireland still could finish on 4, but they have a 4 penalty discard. Well, this round is going just the way they could have hoped for so far, but there is still 2 big jumps to come. One of them is out the way, the big stretch over the water. Now to sit back, to jump perhaps the last and give themselves the clear. Ireland in a great place with 3 riders gone. They can still finish on a score of 4, and they also now know their worst outcome would be a total of 8. So Baravali Glory and Cersei O'Neill delivering with a cracking performance there. On we go to the British Partnership. Of course, we've seen the double clear from Henry Leggett, which has kept the British team in position as well to be able yet to finish on a score of 4. They now have their other clear round combination from the first round. This is Rafaela Dawson, MHS Glow, the Irish mare, by Don Doctorow Royale. Sitting quietly, coming to the last. Double clear round for Rafaela Dawson as she goes clear and does what she needs to do for the British team. And also for herself, it's another starring performance from that young lady and the wonderful partner, that mare, MHS Glow. So the British team are in an identical situation to Ireland and in a position that they could yet finish on 4, at worst on 8. I did say I think this might end up in a jump-off. Now to the Netherlands. Jezebel Visser, Geras Awkward. They are in need of a clear because they sit on 4 as a team score with a discard of 4, and they slide behind Britain and Ireland. Having produced 3 clears, the Dutch in the opening round, with 3 gone, they're yet to find a clear in the second round. So they'll now be on a team score of 8, even if Jezebel adds to her score. Of course, if the Dutch can keep it to an 8 and their last rider comes in and goes clear and Britain and Ireland both falter, it'll bring the Dutch back in and then we might end up with an 8 penalty jump off with 3 teams. That's still a very open possibility. But 8 it is as a final team score for the moment, as Jezebel Visser there on a score of 4. So 1 rider left to go in each of the teams, and the scores are as such. As best outcomes, 4 apiece for Ireland and Great Britain, 8 for the Netherlands, 12 for Belgium. I told you they might sneak back up onto the podium. Then 25 for Sweden and 36 for Germany. So here we go. 1 more rider to go in each of the teams. 6 riders in total left to jump in the second round, and then potentially a jump off as well. Let's see what happens. Selma Gustard and Thielen, Barra Valley Shadow. Whatever the score is here, it's going to count because they had that elimination. But this combination were the partnership that did go clear in the first round for Team Sweden. Nicely done. Sweden do indeed have a high point. Selma gets the clear round. It's their second clear, actually, for the team in this round after Lily's a little earlier on. But from Selma's point of view, with Barra Valley Shadow, that is a double clear round, and it ensures that Team Sweden finish on a team total of 25. Now to Belgium, holding an 8 penalty discard. Still, maybe, depending on circumstance, could yet squeeze onto the bottom step of the podium here this afternoon. But the only way they really get to do that is if they, well, the only way they get to do that is if a clear round comes here from Robin Vermeer and Crystal Sparkle van Bedderveld. And it doesn't guarantee it either. It requires on the Dutch having a pole with their final rider, but you've got to put yourself in place and hope for the best. And to do that, Belgium need a clear round. Needs to jump for 4 in round 1. Round they come. Robin, who brings a huge amount of experience. Hugely respected rider in the world of ponies, and Robin delivers a clear round to finish things off for Team Belgium here in Zuidwolde, and that is 18 total. 12. They've managed to stick with the score they started this round on, showing there's plenty of quality there between them. Well, Germany up next, and Josephine Maria Frumberger riding My Lord Manolito. As we know, Germany are finishing in 6th place, having slid down the order in this second round, but still giving these two the mileage they deserve as the last part of the team, and of course needing them to finish to be recorded even as a result in 6th. Combination jump for 9 penalties in round 1. Well, after what's been such a difficult second round for the German riders, this will be a very good way to finish. Even if the score at the end for the team isn't what they wanted, they finish with a clear. And that was Josephine Maria Frumberger and My Lord Manolito. Well, the team finished on a total of 36, despite the fact that across the 8 rounds of jumping, 3 of them were clear. So here we go. This is the key moments of today's second round, the final 3 to go. I predict a jump off at the end of this, but let's see what happens. Cathal, McEwen, Davini, and Nokio is the last out for Ireland. Remember, they have a 4 penalty discard. They're on a best score of 4. So even if he has 2 down, it'll still only be 4 added on. But then that would open the door to the British team being able to jump clear to win it. Britain in a similar boat in terms of the discard, so it can easily then revert to back to being a jump off. And of course, then there's the chance for the Dutch to come back into it if it does, if they can get a clear themselves. But a clear round here, of course, would ensure that then it is over to the Brits, because if they can't, if Cathal goes clear and then Britain have a fence down, Ireland win it in this round. And these two picked up 8 in the opening round, so it's a big moment in this anchor roll today. The pressure is on. Nearly there. Comes down to the plank. Gets away with the gentlest of nudges, but it's standing. One more fence to go to guarantee Ireland either replacing a jump off or to win it. We will see. But they are certainly heading to fight it out for the top spot. Or maybe they've put the fight beyond the British team with that round. We will see. But Cathal, congratulations. Delivering when was needed. Absolutely full of confidence, and the clear round goes his way. And of course, in doing so, means that Ireland finish on a total of 4. So here we go. This is the round that will either send it into a jump off or let Ireland win it. Can the British team push Ireland all the way? Sophia Rogers and Neil 55, both with championship calibre and pedigree. They've got everything they need in their locker, but what they also need is a bit of luck. The first round, maybe not so lucky, they scored 4, but as you now know, it's a clear round to push Ireland into a jump off, a fence falls, or even a single time penalty comes up, and it's Ireland who win it in this round. And we go to the plank. Plank stays standing, 2 jumps left, the water, and then the last. And a jump off we do have as Great Britain's Sophia Rogers says to Ireland, you're not having it that easy. Well done, Great Britain. Well done, Sophia Rogers. She comes back and gives the British team their 3rd clear in this round. And like Ireland, on a score of 4. Brilliant news for them. And we are guaranteed a jump off them for the win. It also means now that the Dutch cannot get into a jump off. They cannot better a score of 8. They need a clear round here to stay a fence ahead of Belgium. If they were to have a fence down, they'll have to count a 4 as a discard. It'll push them on to 12, and then we'll look at the clock between them and Belgium to find out who finished in 3rd place. This is Mini Voss and Still Got Me. Can she bring their first double clear, perhaps? Been a tricky second round for the home team. After 3 clears in the opening round, they've been lacking in the second round, but they finish with a double clear. Mini Voss, Still Got Me, does indeed score that clear, and the team take the podium by finishing in 3rd. Congratulations there to the Netherlands. 3rd place it is in the Ponies Nations Cup. 4th place will then go to Belgium, 5th to Sweden, and 6th to Germany. But we do not know who is going to win it. The way we're going to find that out is with a jump off against the clock. All 4 riders return from each of the teams, and they jump a shortened course, which we'll see prepared in just a moment. And then that shortened course will, for my reckoning, of course, then be based on faults in time, and that will take the best 3 yet again to decide who is going to come out on top of this one. So don't go too far. Jump off's coming up here in just a moment. Will it be will it be Great Britain or will it be Ireland? Stay tuned to find out.
Sudah prestasi kejuaraan nasional sebenarnya seperti hotel de Depok. Depok, Junior Islands and Great Britain for the golden medal. Zodat ook opstelling op de gouden medaille op de zilveren. We hebben de bronzen medaille. Dat is wel bekend voor Nederland. Dat is de in Hofraad. Kinderwedstrijd Lisa, Joris Wisselbouwtussen en Willy Vos. Zodat het garage. Want zowel Ierland als Groot-Brittannië beide 4 strafpunten na de 2 rondes. Rotations, Britain and Ireland. Iedereen in de top. Over het ogenblik de eerste combinatie, domsalto op de gouden medaille. De eerste stukken voor de ponies op de middapprijs. Combinatie op de eerste 2, 3, 4, 7B, 7C, 8 en 9B. De toestandstijd in de baas is 45 seconden. De timer af 45 seconds. De tip off 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the timer out 45 seconds. Good luck to you all. Who's going to win the golden medal? Related to Great Britain or Ireland? Dat de prijs, Groot-Brittannië of Ierland. Die wint de goud, die wint de zilver, bronzen zilver voor Nederland. 8 combinaties zouden komen in de garage. Na 1 combinatie van Groot-Brittannië is aangegeven niet te kunnen starten in de garage met de Steady Market en een set voor Milan. We hebben dus zo dadelijk met de combinatie uit Ierland en dan de tweede combinatie uit Ierland. 7 in total in de Jumbo. En de timer out 45 seconds.
Well, here we go. It's jump-off time. One of two teams is going to stand on top of the podium. Will it be Ireland or will it be Great Britain? Whoever you're behind, good luck to all of them. They've done a remarkable job, these young jockeys, in the Ponies Nations Cup for the FEI Youth Jumping Series to put themselves in this position here in Zuidwolde today. And what a way to wrap it up. The shortened course over 2, 3, 4, 7B, C, 8 and 9B sees them finishing down there over the yellow and black. And here we go with Robbie Sheenan. The double clear, Ireland's one double clear round. Portier van Gulhovel will set the standard for those to follow. But of course, we're looking for the best 3 out of 4 for each of the teams, combining faults and time to see who wins this one. Now the turn back comes towards the double that was the combination, the second 2 parts. Keeping a nice rhythm, but not, he's got a lovely inside turn. He's not racing ridiculously quick. He knows the importance of leaving the fences standing. He's jumped 1 clear. He's jumped 2 clears. Is it to be? Indeed it is. 3 clears today from Robbie Sheenan and Portier. What a brilliant showing from that young man. He could not have done more for Team Ireland as he sets them on their way. 32.99 with a clear round is the final time. So congratulations there to Ireland. They're off and running with a clear. And now it's over to Great Britain to respond. Never sure whether it's better to be the first to go or the second to go in terms of these jump-offs, whether you want to know what the others have done or whether you want to be out there just setting the standard. It's a tough call, but certainly isn't a tough call for the Irish chef to keep to have them at the top of the line. Now I'm confused because it looks like we're going straight on to the second of the Irish riders. And I would have expected now to have one of the British riders. But for the moment, this is Ella Rush riding Birchgrove Blue Delight. So maybe for some reason there's no Tabby, but maybe they've just agreed to shuffle the order. At the moment, I'm unaware as to fact. I've been told Tabby Morgan-Evans has withdrawn from the jump-off, so they will go with Henry, Rafaela and Sophia. So here we go. Ireland then have the advantage of having the extra rider. So here we have Ella Rush, Birchgrove Blue Delight. Turning back again. Of course, then from Ireland's perspective at this stage, they yet could well have 2 clears on the board, and really that does make it hard for Great Britain, but don't rule them out either. Jumps the last, jumps it clear, a little bit down on the time, but that'll be fine. 34.11, it's the 0 score that counts the more. And 67.10, the combined time for the 2 riders as is. So great news for Ireland, they're off and running with the clears. As we said, Great Britain now having to do it the hard way. They're doing it with a team of 3, having lost Tabby after the second round. She steps away for these 3 to come forward. Henry Leggett, the double clear round. What are 2 double clear rounds for Great Britain over those opening full courses. Now for the shortened jump-off course, he goes once more with Blossom's Big Claim. Henry Leggett, Great Britain. Said in the second round, he's sort of rider that likes to ride on that